After Cardano had led the charge for so many weeks, Cardano has come back down to earth and is operating pretty similarly to the rest of the crypto space. But what should we be expecting next? Let's take a look. Those of you who have been following Cardano know that Cardano was the leading altcoin here throughout this whole spiel of the last couple of weeks of this bear market. But after news came out that we were going to be delaying that Vasil hard fork, it seemed like all the hype kind of left Cardano. But guess what? We are just a couple of weeks away. So before we jump on and look heavily at the charts for Cardano, let's go ahead and look at some news coming out of the team from IOHK themselves. So here's a report that was posted the other day. It says Cardano price still low despite enthusiasm around the Vasil hard fork, but things expected to change soon. I'm not going to go ahead and read the entire article, but there were some pretty key parts that I have highlighted here for you. With the Vasil hard fork, Cardano will offer cheaper and faster transactions, an improvement that will lure more developers to the network. Furthermore, Cardano's scaling and smart contract functionality will be enhanced via the launch of Vasil. Charles Hoskinson, of course, the founder of Cardano, says that he is choosing Vasil as his most defining moment of 2022. And he's quoted as saying, "It's always difficult to define one key moment, but the Vasil hard fork is pretty significant." Now, before I keep going on with this article, here's something that we do need to just remember. Charles has been very blatantly open that he does not care about price. And yes, in this video, we're going to be talking about price. But what I find so cool about this is that of all the things that Cardano has done, and it is doing so much fundamentally as a team, this is the point that Charles is saying is the biggest impact on Cardano as a functioning altcoin. Again, who cares about price in his opinion? What he wants is an altcoin that actually does what it claims to do. According to the IOG team, the Vasil hard fork cannot afford to make the same mistake as other blockchains, with emphasis on the Terra incident. He has been open over and over and over again that Cardano is not going to launch something before they are ready. They're going to get it done right the first time. Some of you guys love him for it. Some of you guys hate him for it. Either way, this is one of the things and one of the reasons why I love Charles and Cardano so much is because when they produce something, it actually works, even if it takes longer than the rest of the projects. With that being said, though, let's jump back over to the chart and look at what's happening on the price of Cardano, because a lot of you guys are wondering. You are invested in Cardano. You've been waiting for it to rally. What can we be seeing happen next? Well, out here on the daily chart, there is one sign that is very bullish, and that is this falling wedge that we have found ourselves in ever since those touchback here at the beginning of May. Now, before I move on, of course, this is the price going down, but those of you who know technical analysis know that more often than not, falling wedges end up breaking to the upside. Potentially, as we grow closer to that Vasil hard fork here at the end of July, can we see Cardano finally break through and begin to go back to the upside? One of the ways we could make a prediction of this is what you do is you take the opening of the beginning of the formation and then you extrapolate that over to the breaking point. In this prediction, we could see Cardano climb back potentially as high as 80 cents. I want to pause right there and just make sure I'm clarifying that is not a prediction, and that is very possible it does not come true. That is just using technical analysis of what a falling wedge is and how to predict a price coming out of it. I do think it's interesting, though, because that 80-cent mark has come up several other times in the past couple of weeks, so it is a number you probably want to keep in the back of your mind as a potential landing spot for resistance when it comes to Cardano. But as much as we want to talk about the price going up, something we do need to brace ourselves for is that the price could potentially stay low. I do know the rest of the space is looking potentially, at least for a short-term pump, in which case that 80-cent Cardano could be a very real possibility. However, if the market continues to stay down, what are the points that we are looking at right now? So currently at the making of this video, you're going to see that we have that red candle here on the daily chart sitting right there at a key level of resistance of 44 cents. Where does this line come from? Well, if I go down to the 4-hourly chart, before we had this dip down to around 40 cents, we had almost had this flat bottom on Cardano with save a couple of wicks here on the 4-hourly chart. Now, this is significant, especially to the bears, because even though we just talked about a falling wedge on Cardano, if this line had held up, this could have potentially put us in a spot where we're looking at a descending triangle. Descending triangles, of course, break to the downside. It's going to be a debate depending on what you are looking at. You could call us still being in a descending wedge is going to send us to the downside, or you could say, no, this was a falling wedge. It all depends on what candles you're using, if you're using candle body closes, or if you're using candle wicks. The reason I'm choosing to call this a falling wedge is based off of not just those candles, but also the fundamental aspects of Vasil hard fork coming out, kind of bringing a more bullish narrative to the crypto space and to Cardano space. Therefore, I do think the the falling wedge is a little bit more legitimate, but I'm not going to ignore that flat level that was at first support, and now we have turned into resistance. So can Cardano end up breaking back through 44 cents, or are we heading down? If that is the case, I think the first level to keep our eye on is this level where we wicked down here back in May, and that is all the way down to 39 cents. I do think that this could be a strong level of support, but by no means is the end number. We absolutely could break through even further, and again, just in case you guys are wondering, Charles does not care. To further illustrate the importance of this level of about 39.40 cents is it's not just relevant to the bottom of this wick that we had back in May, but this has been a level that we played out back in January of 2021 as a short-term resistance before eventually breaking through. It was also one of the rallying points during the bear market back in 2018 where Cardano fell down to around 13 cents before rallying back up to 40 cents and then finishing the bear market. This level, 40 cents 39, is significant, but if we do break it and if we go down using our Fibonacci retracement tools, the next level I do believe that we are looking for will be this level right here, sitting at about the 50% mark on Fibonacci retracement, and that is around 23-22 cents. We've talked about that in a previous video, so while I'm not saying necessarily we have to go down that far, it is a level that I'm seriously considering if we do not hold that 40 cent, 39 cent region on Cardano. Wrapping this video out, there is still so much to be hopeful for here with Cardano, and again, as well, we want to cover the price, and those of us who are invested and are trading Cardano, we want to see a rally come. Just stay tuned, because even if the rally doesn't come the way we want it to come, this project is so fundamentally strong, it is going to last throughout this bear market, and in the future, we will be very, very happy that we held on. If you disagree with that take, that is completely okay. I do not recommend that anyone owns Cardano that does not want to own Cardano. But if you do your own research and you love what you're seeing with this project and you're excited about what we're going to see here in a couple of weeks with the Vasil hard fork, make sure you smash this like button, subscribe to this channel, and let me know what else you guys want to see us cover here in the next couple of weeks. With that being said, though, that's all I have for you in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at this guy.
He watched the entire video.
What a cool guy.
I think the next thing that he wants to do is hit the like button and then probably even subscribe to the channel.
And perhaps even comment down below what he thought.
That would be pretty cool.
Wow, what a cool guy.